Lansing, Michigan, going to see some shipwrecks. I'm super freaking excited. We're not out to the shipwrecks yet, but we will be there soon. Pretty cool. Look how beautiful it is out there from the go. Sorry if it's shaky, but the water's a little bit choppy right now. But is that not pretty cool? That is amazing. I'm telling ya, I could, oops, sorry, I just shook the phone. I could really get used to boat life. This is pretty cool. Look at that little rock island out there with a tree. It is very pretty. These are all lake houses out here. It's pretty nice. Very peaceful. These are privately owned remote cabins. They have no electricity, no running water, obviously no cell service, cable, anything like that. But people do come out here and camp, and they stay for a couple days, the weekend, a week. The only way to get here is by boat, or there is a trail that comes over that hill. They're super cute, aren't they? Oh, and that one's got solar panels, so they've got a little bit of electricity. Look at that. You can swim right in this water, and he said there's a sandbar right there, so it's not as deep as it is over by us. Oh, you can actually see the sandbar showing up on the camera. And look over here. Is that not freaking cool? That is a lighthouse.
It's not the original light. It used to be a big kerosene burner.
Look at that.
Had a big 4-third predominant.
That is beautiful.
Prison light structure. That would project the light from that flame 15 miles out over Lake Superior, allowing mariners to find their way safely into Munising Bay during a storm or in the darkness. For keeping that lit every night for 8 to 10 months out of the year,
that is pretty cool.
that lake keeper was
Glass
paid
bottom boat
$400
lighthouse.
a year,
What could get better than this?
They gave him a milk cow every year. Mr. Pryor, the longest running keeper of the light.
Coming into view.
6 feet over the boat, it's about 8 to 10.
The bow and the stern are about 4 to 6 feet below our glass. And midship's about 10. That bow of the boat, that has a metal strapping still on it, put on there by the captain to lower his insurance rates. That tow post that you pass by, chains and ropes been tied off to that, teams of horse and oxen on land, dragging it through shallow canalways, square opening, chain locker, chains of ropes have been stored in there, lone man on a totem pole sleeps up there, a little bit of a bumpier ride at the bow, those circle openings, hawseye rings, chains of ropes would have came out of there to dock this vessel. Coming over this giant hole that's 3 feet diameter, 4-mast hole. The mast was 110 feet tall, white pine. That little hole afterwards, that's a bilge pump hole. You would have manually pumped water out of the hull with that hole. The square opening coming up, that's the first cargo hatch on the ship, the bigger one of the two. Local men, local farmers would have unloaded the ship right through that giant square. They were only paid $1 a day. Now I did buy a new car this week and found out that $1 a day will not pay my car insurance. Right after that, you're going to see some broken up deck. That's from the Canadian Salvage Company throwing that log boom down there. You can see that log boom. It's a big telephone pole looking thing. They had to get some light down to those hard hat divers as they don't have flashlights, or they didn't have flashlights. 1870. You'll see this midship is 10 feet, 4 to 6 at bow and stern. You'll see the opening there, that's a centerboard hatch. This centerboard was raisable. You could raise it up into the hull to go through shallow canalways, drop it back down for deeper waters and stability. If you don't know what a centerboard is, it's like the dolphin fin shape at the bottom of a sailboat. That second square we're getting, that's the second cargo hatch. That's the smaller of the two. Again, local farmers and local men would have loaded and unloaded iron ore from there. Coming up on that 20 by 20 cabin trunk, portside railing laying right on top. You're gonna look down in that cabin truck, you'll see some beams running across. That's where the cabin floor was at, 4 feet down, and then 4 feet down to the hull. That port side railing was ripped off by some divers. Back in the day, you could tie off to the shipwreck, and one windy day, it ripped it right off. The divers were nice enough to come put it back on for us. That little square is an aft companionway, stairs in there, and led down to the cabin trunk. Rudder post chain still attached, steering mechanism for the ship, and that stern rail. That stern rail sat 3 feet higher. For one winter, we had 7 feet of ice. Ripped that stern rail right off this vessel. Now this vessel sank so fast that so much pressure built up, popped that cabin trunk topping right off like a cork. We don't know where the cabin trunk top is. We believe someone used it for a deer camp. There's that barrel. That barrel was found off of the wreck somewhere. Divers put it back up here just to show you guys what barrels look like. I have my thoughts of what was in that barrel, and you have yours.
Dead bodies. Yes, it's a dead body.
Now you guys are all thinking you want to go down there and touch it, take some stuff home. You cannot. There was a thing called an Elger Underwater Preserve that was established in 1980. It is to protect all of the wrecks and goes all the way around Grand Island, down the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore, a mile off the shore. It makes it so nothing can get damaged by humans or taken. All of our wrecks would not be here if stuff was able to be taken off of them. Their motto today is we take only pictures, leave only bubbles. You see it down there? For all the kids on board, I read a book about this shipwreck that's right up there, Dangerous Coast. If you want to read it, go for it. Captain Finney, the captain of this shipwreck, I swear he had all the characteristics of really being a pirate. Arg. Hey there, mateys. I'm not very good at being a pirate, but I'm sure if you know how to be a pirate, you better come tell me. I need some lessons on it. We're going to be coming up on that bow. Get your cameras ready. When it sank, it sat in 70 feet of water, which is unsafe for the hard hat divers to go down. So they dragged it over here to 30 feet. There's that bow. Just an amazing view.
Pretty cool, and I don't know if my pictures are going to do it justice, but we are actually going into a bit of a cave to see the next shipwreck. So it must be right under there. It's pretty cool. I wonder why a ship would try to come in here to save itself. But I don't know. I don't know anything about boats. But this is pretty neat. I actually really like this. So that's the crevice we were just in. Is that not freaking cool?
You're right.
But I guess that's not where the shipwreck is. I guess he was just showing us that. But look at that. You can see the rocks under the water. Oh. This is really flippin' cool. Pretty dang cool. Alright, peace out. I guess we're on our way to the shipwreck? I don't even know. I thought that's what he said we were doing over there. But look, you could actually see the rocks under the water. This water's so clear. This is beautiful. It's not very deep, but it's got rocks. It's really noisy and everybody's getting excited because the shipwreck's coming up soon. But I think that is so cool. We can see the rocks. And it's not me moving the phone fast, that is the boat moving, so you'll have to deal with it if you're getting motion sickness.
This blackboard here, that's called the keel. It's the backbone of every ship. First board laid when building this ship.
There's a phone down there.
Oh, somebody's cell phone and it's still on.
That board sticking on top of the keel, that's called the keelson. Anything running parallel with the keelson are sister keelsons. Anything running perpendicular are the ribs. You're going to see lots of debris down here. And lots of pollen. You might even think you see railroad track down there. Your eyes are not deceiving you. You're looking at some railroad track. The Herman H. Hetler had an internal railway to move cargo around the ship. Since it was 210 feet long, the railroad was a lot faster. Herman H. Hetler. There's fish all the time around here. Just the water's cold. Once it starts warming up, they'll come around our boat. They're not used to our boat quite yet. But they'll be coming. Those boats down there, those may look small, but those are 5 feet tall. Now maybe 2 men could pound those in, but I think 1 UP woman could do it. That metal piece down there with the 4 bolts sticking out of it, that's where the engine laid. The engine is not down there today. Some divers before the Alger Underwater Preserve blasted it apart for its very valuable 80 pounds apiece brass bearings. They were worth about $200. There's that metal piece where the engine was. Captain Keith is now bringing us over to the port side. Now that I ask, you do not throw coins over this boat. Throwing coins into Lake Superior is not going to make your wishes come true. They say that Lake Superior is the coldest, darkest, deepest Great Lake, so that if it's the darkest, your wish is going to flip sideways. There's that turn of the bilge, just like on our ship, on the bow. There's where they stuff the seams full of dynamite to blast it off the reef. Those white dots down there, you'll see them. Those are the nail heads with lead paint still on them. Herman H. Hetler got a fresh paint job the year she went down. There's that wheel. That's not the ship's wheel. That was a hoist wheel to hoist cargo on top of the ship. That'd be a giant wheel if it was in the pilot house. Now the board that you'll see sticking up further than the rest, it's called a rub rail. We use tires nowadays at our docks, but back then they used a piece of wood on the side of their boat. Right there's that rub rail. Just so no damage to the hull was done. There were those nail heads. Those are those nail heads with lead paint still on them. So if I were to take this side of the boat and take it, set it down like that, that's how it's sitting. Yep. This is the outside portion of it. The other was the inside. You're going to see circles, squares, and ovals down there. There's that anchor coming into view. 8 feet tall, 5 feet wide, 2,500 pounds. Looks like you can reach it out, grab it, if you can. Only I can. Just kidding, I'm not that strong. Anyways, those circles down there, those were scuppers. Does anyone know what a scupper is? A scupper, has anyone watched Deadliest Catch? They're out in the Bering Sea. They got giant waves crashing up on the deck. They survived it because there's scuppers on the boat to let that water back off into the ocean or the sea. We have them on our boat. They're back by that green curtain. All right, if you can bear it, keep looking down. We're going to take you out on that rock reef to show you what the Hettler hit. You are looking down, you're going to see some bluish blackish rock.
I don't feel sick. I just know I'm really
That's the Ironora I was talking about. There was another ship that ran ground on this reef. All it needed to do was toss some iron ore overboard. So they did. Made it safely into Munising Bay, later wrecked on Whitefish Point. They say that the Hettler had wrecked because of this iron ore down there. It made their compasses go awry.
That would happen. It changes the direction.
There's some of it now.
Oh, there you go.
Big patch. That's that treasure I was talking about. That's worth millions of dollars, but you can't go down there and get it. You just get to look at it and take pictures of it because it's in the Alger Underwater Preserve. Now, if you were to go down there and take a piece of that, it will end up with fines, jail time, and most likely prison time. So don't do it. All right, the reef is building 6 to 10 feet below our wells, and it is going to drop off to 30 feet.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Kind of like a roller coaster. I don't like roller coasters. I like to stay as close as I can to the ground. Hey, there's our cement block from our other buoy. Boom. Alright, now we're going to look for some of our favorite artifacts down here. Keep your eyes down so you do not miss them.
Jenny's like, I cannot go down.
You'll see lots of debris on the edge of that reef. That white line you're seeing down there, that's the bathtub. That white circle you're seeing over there, that's the captain's commode. Right next to that bathtub, you'll be seeing the smokestack, 10-foot section from the Hettler. No worries, it will come over here.
You see the toilet?
Yeah.
There it is. There's that toilet in that tub.
I can't see.
Now I'm not lying to you. It's in that book. The name of the captain on this vessel, Captain John Johnson. So you're taking a look at Captain John Johnson's John.
There's the toilet.
Okay, everybody get to see the toilet?
Yeah.
It's a highlight of the whole trip.
Alright, we'll take you up on that reef. Boom! Your first thing just ran your boat into this reef.
From the top of the boat.
This is a 210-foot long vessel, so it had an internal railway to move cargo around the ship.
He went up there, I was going up. Yeah.
There's some chains. Woohoo! You might even see some bolts down there. Those are 5 feet tall.